Happy Columbus Day, everybody who's celebrating. For all those out there who celebrate Columbus Day, happy celebration, you guys. I hope you have a great celebration. Hope it's not raining where you are, because in New York, it's raining here. And I love it. Trump, Luigi Mangioni Lawyer, asked for federal charges to be dismissed. We're going to get into it this morning, you guys. Let's go. See who we got up in the building this morning. Demonetized. We got Liberty and Justice. We have Luigi up in the building. Motherfunking Bone. You also got my sister up in the building, Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Jeff Spilker, how you doing, Batty Lynn? Casey and Liberty, how you doing, Liberty and Casey? Hope everybody's ready to go, because guess what? You know what it's time to do, right? Check that audio, okay? We got a storm going on outside, so this is all good for us. We inside all ready to go. And now, okay, just, don't even try to cut out on me. I heard that. I'm ready, y'all. Trust me, we ready. We've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. We got a whole bunch to go over. I can't wait. I'm so confident. I know I'm ready to go right now. See, I told you. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. It's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Gotta get the rust out. Y'all know why we do. Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's time to wind it up. Whenever you're ready, my friend, because it's time to go again on our bottom line. Let's get it. Olay. Don't play. I love doing that every morning. Y'all know what else we got to do, right? We got to open up those pores. That's right. We got to open up those pores. Doom, 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 doom. I don't know your name, but you heard my name. Girl, why you came trying to bit that thing? But you heard my name. Girl, why you wanna be my main chick? Who's my main chick? What? F whoever you came with, who you came with. What am I doing? Yeah. I'm sitting back in the club. Table got a rope around, I don't know your name. But you heard my name. Girl, why you playing? Y'all know that one right there. Come on, y'all gotta get up to date. Come on, stop with all that old school stuff all the time. I gotta get with that Chris Brown and that new, I don't know your name. But you heard my name. Girl, why you can't look in my name? Girl, you heard my name. Girl, why you playing? Wanna be my main chick? My main chick, whoever you came with, who you came with. Think I couldn't do that, right? Y'all know who y'all messing with. It's if pump that B. Monday the 19th. That's right, y'all. Let's do that right. You gotta do that right. It's Monday the 13th. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. That's right, y'all. We got to do it the right way. You got to turn up around here. I don't know your name, but you heard my name. Girl, why you came trying to get that thing? But you heard my name. That's my joint right there, right? Girl, who you playing with? My main chick. Fuck whoever you came with, who you came with, Who did y'all come with? Let's see who's up in the chat this morning for Columbus Day. Everybody celebrating Columbus Day. Hope you guys have a fantastic celebration. I hope you guys come together and celebrate and have a very great day. Because guess what? Today's a federal holiday. Everybody's off. So I hope you guys are getting something out of the day, getting some extra rest, probably putting some business plans together, because that's what I be doing on certain holidays. Let's keep on moving forward. I want to see who's in the building. We got who up in here? We got Liberty and Casey. We also have Angels Among Us. We've got Demonetized up in the building. We got Luigi up in here. We got who else? Mark Dorfman. We got Demonetized, like I said, and Motherfunkin' Bone. And you know we can't forget who? Our sister that we always make sure that we pray for all the time. That's right, her name is Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, and she's chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You guys, I hope y'all had a great night, because guess what? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. It's time to get into the bottom line, you guys. It's time to get into what we got to get into. We got some great information about the prisoners actually being released. We've got all sorts of good information on that accord. I got a lot of stuff for you. So you know what we got to do, right? It's time to get into it, you guys. I need you guys to stay on point because I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos. I'm going to need you guys to stay on point, stay on topic. Let me know where you're chiming from and let me know, do you know what time it is? I love to know what time it is, where you guys are chiming in from, what city, state, or country, so I can make sure to do some research in that area so that when we're talking, you're like, hey, Bugatti said something about where I'm from. That's right. It's all fam here, and we try to make sure that we're staying all in sync. So without any further ado, y'all know what I got to do, because I got that full clip. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. Let's go. What we got out here this morning? We have Trump. Luigi Mangioni's lawyer asks for federal charges to be dismissed. As you already know, there's already been 2 charges that have been dismissed. They're probably trying to go for that last one, but don't think that he still doesn't have to deal with the state charges. Seems like he's knocking them down. His lawyer knows what she's doing. So let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What else do we have here in the topics? We have watch President Trump after he imposes a 100% tariff on China. We talked about this, and you saw how the Dow just went down because of that, but that's what happens. Hopefully things turn around. Last but not least, what else do we have on the board this morning? We have a new video that shows a child that is trapped, yes, under a helicopter. Terrible situation we had yesterday where a helicopter crashed, fell down in Palm Springs, cut down the top of a tree. Pretty crazy. We got the footage, and guess what? I'm not gonna hold up any longer. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, because guess what? It's time to get into it. Let's go, y'all. Let's get this work. Let's go. Let me stack this deck. Make sure I get you guys these first topics that's coming out here this morning, because it's time. Our bottom line, we start now. I want to start it off with Donald Trump as he lands in Israel as Hamas starts to free remaining hostages. We're going to cover this real deep this morning and get into what we got to do, y'all. Let's go. We're going to make sure we cover this right.
There is no doubt about this. There is no doubt that this is an historic day. I want to get your thoughts on this, Alex Rivchin, because if this was the summit of the achievement, that the war was ended in Gaza and all the hostages were returned, it would be a momentous day. But I want to get your thoughts, Alex, on just how this day can actually be a new dawn, how it can actually be, rather than the end of this war, the start of a rebuilding where Palestinians will embrace peace, where the Islamist extremists might be kept at bay, and where the Arab countries and the wealthy Muslim nations will invest in that future rather than funding terrorist groups.
Well, there's such a moment of hope right now, and also the scenes that are projecting now of Air Force One on the tarmac there. It's such a poignant symbol of US power and goodness and contribution to the world. And when you have the US putting all its capacity towards something like this, the world changes. That's
Probably well aware of the protocol.
From what I can see, it looks quite well organised given the amount of time. Kushner, Ivanka Trump. It looks like, yeah, I can see Mike Huckabee now too. So the national anthems,
Israel or Egypt,
because it means that there's not a program well known in advance, and
We
adversaries
can see the
can't
president at the
necessarily
top of the
target.
stairs now, Dave. Continue, but
There
we'll
he
watch
is
the
now,
president. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, cut me off when you need. But look, obviously the US has a lot of assets in the region, and I would have pre-positioned a lot of assets, including, armoured vehicles, personnel, personal protective, Secret Service details, helicopters, contingencies, evacuations, redundancies for all sorts of transport. So these are big things to arrange, but they've got a lot of experience in doing it, and they can turn these things on at pretty short notice. And in the Middle East, things often happen at short notice, and you need to be able to move quickly, and that's what President Trump has done today.
And there he is there, President, met by the President, of course, would be the protocol. Isaac Herzog there, meeting President Donald Trump first, then his wife, the First Lady, and presumably Benjamin Netanyahu will be next in line. There he is, arm in arm. You saw that little fist pump from Donald Trump at the top of the stairs. Let's listen in.
We don't have to listen in because we got more gaggle. We got a gang of gaggle. We over here loaded and locked this morning, y'all. We riding out. Let's go because we got celebrations everywhere.
Is now being released of families speaking to their hostage.
This is just what I was going to tell you, Shari. I've just been sent.
Yes.
We were speaking about Nimrod Cohen, and I've just been sent a video, footage of him speaking on an iPhone, FaceTiming his family from captivity. He's still in captivity, but he's on his way to them. He's on his way via the Red Cross to his family. And there he is, Nimrod Cohen, taken, as you say, when he was 19. His family seeing him now for the first time in 2 years, now to these 21 years old. And Shari, just incredible. You're saying there's more hostages in that situation as we speak?
Matan Zangorka, so he's the boyfriend of Ilana Grzycki. So we've got footage that I think your producer has.
I want you to see his mother's reaction. Let's go.
גדול מתן, אתה חוזר הביתה, כולכם חוזרים הביתה, אני אוהבת אותך. חיים שלי, תודה לאל, נגמרה המלחמה, אין מלחמה. אתה בא הביתה, חיים שלי, אמא, אתה בא הביתה, אין מלחמה, נגמר. חיים שלי, אני אוהבת אותך, אני מחכה לך. חיים שלי.
Just incredible stuff there. A family reunited digitally, moments or hours, hopefully, before they're reunited physically. Now, Shari, I don't speak Hebrew. I'll get an interpretation from you in a moment, but we could all hear the elation and the excitement and perhaps the impatience about getting together. I was just going to say, when it came to your earlier commentary too, they may be in the hands of the Red Cross already. They may have been given phones and the like by the Red Cross, but either them or all the way to the Israeli military. Whatever it is, we know that second group of 13 hostages is on their way out, and they're certainly out of the hands of Hamas if they're engaged in that sort of communication, right?
Exactly. That's what's so incredible is that, or unless Hamas is allowing them to ring their family members. I mean, that's the other scenario. Because the reason I called the Prime Minister's office was just to get clarification on that. Have the second group of 13 been released or not? But as I said, he was at the airport awaiting the arrival of President Trump, so he couldn't shed any light on that fact. But we are seeing that members from that second group of 13 hostages are making contact with their family members.
That's what's up, y'all. I don't know if you guys appreciate the content that you're getting, because y'all getting some pushback with some of the hosts that's in the comments there. You guys, they're trying to get you guys to go ahead and hit that like button. They're saying there's 200 or something people in here. We only got 16 likes. Let's go ahead and make the ends justify the means before those co-hosts really get mad. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen if you appreciate the content. Also, we're trying to get our numbers up when it comes down to members. We're here every single morning. Also, hit that notification bell if you appreciate the content that we're getting. We just getting started. It's not a game, y'all. We got so much to get into. I'm actually have to beat the deck over there because I got too much on the lineup versus what's on the text over there. So yes, we're going to keep on moving forward because now we got the IDF that confirms that 7 of the hostages have been released. Yes, we stand on this topic for a while.
just have more confirmation that the 7 hostages have been handed over to the IDF, and the reports are that they can all walk independently. They can all walk by themselves.
That is indeed good news. There's going to be shortly a flash of Hamas convoy carrying hostages towards the Red Cross in Gaza City. One would assume, well, this is not live. This is what we've just seen. Can we have a look at this? There's also a drone video.
So I'm just really hoping that everything continues to go the way that it's going. You know, let's see what the president has to say when he was on the plane, actually on Air Force One. But this right here, I gotta be honest with you. The joke is not too funny, but he basically said he doesn't think that there's anything that's gonna be able to get him into heaven. He's like, no matter what I do, he's like, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to get into heaven. It's kind of an eerie thought to have, but that's what he said. So let's go, y'all.
A couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, you know, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven. But I've made life a lot better for a lot of people. And, you know, as an example, had the election of 2020 not been rigged, you would have millions of people living just in Russia, Ukraine alone. That would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years. And I knew Putin very well. It was the apple of his eye. That all the things I've said would have never happened. We had an incompetent administration. We had an incompetent president. And because of a crooked election, millions of people are dead. And by the way, the Israeli thing was much harder to get settled because of the past administration. Okay? Rest, enjoy yourselves, say hello to your boss, and I'll see you guys, right? Good.
Thank you.
That was a kind of eerie message right there, right in the beginning, you guys. Hey, but it's new news, and we always make sure we get it out.
Just want to confirm, have you canceled your meeting with President Xi? And
No, I haven't canceled, but I don't know that we're going to have it. But
Wanted to talk about tariffs as we have to, because we have not talked about tariffs, and we need to know what's going on with China.
I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But, you know, they hit the world with something that really is not anything that people are going to do. And it was shocking. I can tell you, Howard and I and Todd, we all, Scott, we were all speaking about it before. And we said, where did that come from? It was just, that was out of the blue, right? Out of the blue, they came up with this whole import-export concept, and nobody knew anything about it. So.
if they roll back their export controls, the new announcement, would you roll back?
Look, we're going to have to see what happens. That's why I made it November 1st. We'll see what happens, yeah.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, please.
what else besides?
Let me ask you guys a question. How many people think that President Trump is getting credit for, for what he just got finished doing, for helping to end that war? Hands up like this if you do feel that the president is getting the proper credit, as far as like from all parties. I'm not just talking about from people, because they're saying that Democrats are really not recognizing anything that the president is doing when it comes down to this situation. They're accepting the heat. They're saying that the Democrats are accepting the fact that he's done this, but not giving him credit for it. Put your hands up like this if you think that he's getting the proper credit. If you don't think he's getting the proper credit, go ahead and put your hand down or thumbs down. That'd be perfect for me, because I really want to know what the people in the comments are thinking, because I really want to know. All right, we got a couple of thumbs down. I'm trying to, I can't read that far, so I really want you guys to do your boy a favor, thumbs up or thumbs down, because it's really easy for me to see that right there. But okay, zero credit. What else we got here? We got he's not getting the credit. Okay, yeah, that wasn't a good joke. No, it wasn't a good joke at all. Even though people love him, but it wasn't a good joke. I agree with you right there. A lot of people don't think that he's getting the credit, and that's why we do this platform right here, because Democrats, independents, and Republicans, and everybody should be able to have somewhere where they can be able to come and voice their opinions, right? And I'm hoping that this is a lot of different parties right here that are saying their opinions, because it would mean that even though people are saying that Democrats are not giving them the credit, You guys are actually acknowledging him in the comments here, and everybody has like 100%, 100%. So I get what you guys are saying. I know everybody here is not a Republican. I know how y'all get down. But there's one Democrat that actually broke with his party. You guys know that Fetterman said it's wrong to not acknowledge the success of Donald Trump. Basically, there's a couple of them that's actually acknowledging it, and there's some of them that actually aren't.
Welcome back. Well, we just heard from Vice President J.D. Vance about the path forward in Gaza.
Oh, meanwhile, you guys, you remember, I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat, not an independent. So when I say a title of a party, I'm not singling him out because I'm part of another one. Just make sure you know that.
Gaza, as the first phase of President Trump's peace plan is in effect. For reaction now to this historic agreement, we bring in Democrat Senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, who has been a longtime staunch supporter of Israel. Senator, good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me back.
What is your reaction to this peace plan and these expectations that the hostages will begin to come home tomorrow?
Absolute elation. I mean, how can't we all celebrate this thing? I mean, you've had human beings held underground for over 2 years and tortured and beaten and starved, forced to dig their own graves and things. Now they can finally come back home. And now everyone should be celebrating these things. And clearly the Palestinians are, and people in Israel are too. And now there are people in our nation, some of those aren't really celebrating or even acknowledging a thing. And that's part of the truth there too. It really was never about peace. It was more about an anti-Israel agenda. And now, why can't we all, where you are politically, this is a huge development, and this terrible, awful war is going to come to an end.
There we go.
And now you can rebuild Gaza, and these families are now reunited. Now, that's a big thing, and it's a strange time if you can't celebrate this.
We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. I know we covered the topic a lot. We got to get on over to Venezuela, and we're talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. Her name is Maria Corina Machado. That's right. Maria Corina Machado has won the Nobel Peace Prize. That's right, you guys. Let's get on into it, and let's go ahead and show this right here.
Now, another story that we're following closely here on the BBC is what's happening in Oslo. These are live pictures there. We're expecting the Nobel Committee to announce this year's winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. That should be happening in just a couple of minutes' time.
Announcement.
Good morning. The Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 goes to a brave and committed champion of peace, to a woman who keeps the flame of democracy burning amidst a growing darkness. The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 to Maria Corina Machado. She is receiving the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy.
I actually think that she's very noble, because guess what she did? A very noble gesture. Almost, watch this, noble lady. She actually, you know what? With the gesture that she made, she actually really deserves this. She basically said she dedicated the victory to President Trump and says he deserves it. That's like the ultimate noble thing that the person that gets the Nobel Peace Prize can do. That's why she really probably deserves it. Y'all gotta tell the truth. Something like that is like, she put noble on top of noble. Like let's put noble on top of this by doing that. I just think it was cool for her to do that.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado winning the Nobel Peace Prize for risking her own safety in the name of restoring democracy in Venezuela. But amid the celebrations, she's decided to dedicate the award to President Trump, who responded yesterday. Watch.
Yeah, she did.
It's a great honor to be involved with somebody. So the
Sherry
person
says
who
she's a fool.
actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. A very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me though. I think she might have. She was very nice.
Yeah, I told
and
you.
I've been helping her along the way. They need a lot of help in Venezuela.
Indeed, they do need help, and indeed, he has been helping. And we are honored to have Maria Corina Machado join us, the new recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. Maria, welcome, congratulations, and tell our viewers why you decided to dedicate this award to President Donald Trump.
Thank you very much, Rachel, and to all of you for what you have done for Venezuela. And they decided to dedicate it to President Trump because he deserves it. Because not only has he been involved in only a few months in solving 8 wars, but his actions have been decisive to have Venezuela now at a threshold of freedom after 26 years of tyranny that have destroyed the lives of millions of Venezuela, destabilize the region, and undermine the institutions in the United States, because having Venezuela as a safe haven of the enemies of the United States and using our territory and our resources to hurt the American people and American institutions is certainly a threat to the national security of the United States and the security of the hemisphere. But President Trump has been very clear, courageous in terms of dismantling this criminal structure. And on behalf of the Venezuelan people, I reaffirmed our gratitude and our commitment to this cause for the whole America. So I insist he deserves it. And we are very proud to be working at this moment with all these allies.
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be very noble myself on this one right here. But, oh, man, do I got some stuff that I could have just, Joker's mother. I could have just, but no. Be noble, Bugatti. You can do it. You can be funny a different way. You can do it, Bugatti. You can tell the people that you was about to do something and wait for their comments and maybe read them. What do you guys have to say about that last clip that we just watched? Let me see. We got James. Because it's too easy to get what you want from a narcissist, I'd be the nose Trump too if I needed something. You can't even be serious. Jag, people are lied to their faces and just praise and lies. Trump, you deserve it, especially after the crap Democrats put you through and yet to still fight for the people. Be nice, boo. Yes, I'm being nice, angels. Bro is gonna help the most people and he can't stop breathing. Damn fascists. Trump is Democrats. Come on, y'all. When someone is telling the truth, all they hear is lies. All right, y'all. See? And even y'all was nice. Give yourself a round of applause. She deserved the prize, and she tried to dedicate it to the president. Let's get on over to Chicago, where several people have been locked up, and I don't know if they're getting out. Because guess who put them in there? Doom, 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 doo, doo, doom, doom. We had to double up. Doo, doo, doom, doom. Had to double up. Doom, doo, doo, doom, doom. A double mix. Doom, doom. That's right, doom, 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 doom. That's right, ICE. That's right, ICE, ICE, baby. Several people have been detained by ICE agents at the airport ride-share parking lot. You know how when you get off the airport, at the airport, and you got your bags and everything, and you hit that lift, and it says, Juan Gonzalez is coming to pick you up in 3 minutes. Well, I hope Juan got his paperwork together, because let me show you what happened in Chicago yesterday. A lot of people got, because they didn't come get the people that they thought that was coming to get them.
Federal agents
that they were coming to pick up.
Conducted a sweep at a parking lot today for rideshare drivers. The parking lot is just steps from O'Hare Airport. Our Regina Waldrop has been there for several hours. Regina, federal agents were there twice today now?
She's like, hell yeah, they rolled up on me and asked me for ID.
Yeah, Natalie, they were the last time around 2:15, and we were here to catch them in action. So here's what they were asking of drivers. Are you a U.S. citizen, and do you have proof? And one of the agents even came up to me, asked me the same question. But here's what I want you to do. Take a look at this parking lot. It's about 50, 60 cars here, but I am...
Homeboy said everybody got to go. Where you from? You sure you ain't African? Your nose looking kind of strong over there. Let me see some identity. Motherfucker, I'm here with the crew, the news crew. I am the host right now. You trying to lock me up?
I'm told it is usually packed with several hundred rideshare vehicles, but not today. And also keep in mind, some of the vehicles here were towed away. So federal agents were everywhere in what is known as Alpha Lot. It is a So federal agents were everywhere in what is known as Alpha Lot. It is a designated spot for rideshare drivers. Several people were handcuffed and taken into custody. In all, we'd say agents were here for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they showed up in nondescript white minivans.
So that's how they do it. They ask you for your ID, then they run your stuff, and then they show you your joint, and then you get locked up, and they ain't letting you out. Oh man, I know a lot of y'all mad at me, but hey, let's get those numbers down. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep on going.
This was the second time today that ICE had come here. Here is what one driver told us happened around 10 o'clock this morning.
It was pretty surprising to see him up here, though, honestly. I'm like, I ain't even see him. I was sitting in the lot for a night.
Matter of fact, let me see your ID, nigga. Let me see your shit. Let me see you. Look, I don't know. You could be from Uganda. Matter of fact, where you from? Look like you come from, where Black Panther made at? What's the name of that place for Black Panther? You might be one of them over there making that vibranium or something like that. Got some dreads in your head. Let me see some identification. Damn it, everybody. Wait a minute. Who you over there pumping some gas? I want to see you too. Everybody, ice. Somebody in the comments said ice cold, and I'm just running with the joke. Do not be mad at me. It's a joke.
Nice little minute, and I pulled out, and they was like all around.
So the union representing rideshare drivers has issued a statement that says, in part, we are deeply concerned that the drivers' due process rights were violated at O'Hare today. This is part of a broader pattern of attacks on immigrant families by an administration that continues to weaponize fear and division instead of investing in solutions in our communities. We're working diligently to gather more information.
So I will tell you my opinion on that, because you guys know me and y'all know I didn't like the caravans. I didn't like the people coming over here. I didn't like the people putting stress and strain on the resources that we had to deal with. I'm from New York City. A lot of you people didn't have to deal with the stress and the struggles that we had to go through actually dealing with the migrants and all of the crime that we deal with. So I have to ignore certain people like their children when it comes down to them trying to like voice their opinions on something, because you're really not physically in the mix to tell someone who's physically in the mix about what's going on. So I love you to death, but if you're wrong about something, I just can't take your opinion on it, because same thing with me. If I'm wrong about something, I don't expect somebody to be telling me, hey, you're right about it, or going along with what I say. That's not what I'm about. But as far as when they was walking over here with those caravans and everything, I felt as if, and listen to what I'm saying, this is my opinion. I looked at those caravans like they was doing this. We coming to get y'all stuff. We coming to get whatever we can. We don't care, da-da-da-da-da, and taking all we can. And then they got over here and showed that. How? Disrespecting the vets that's outside in the front of the shelters. I've seen them many times. Oh, they don't want to do no work. They want to do that. We're going to take the money. I've literally heard them tell me this right here. I've walked by and had a man try to hook me up with his wife as he's holding a stroller. I've had a few things happen. So all of y'all people you shouldn't be like that to those people. Shut the hell up. Get my bags and meet me at the airport, because I got even more. How about the dudes that be hanging out over there by Port Authority, the young little thugs down there that be making a whole group of guys, and then they force ladies against the wall so they can take her purse, and then they put the person in the mix so the lady can't get out of the gang of people. So all of y'all, meet me at the airport, get my bags. Y'all have no idea what's really happening out here. I'm talking about those people. Now, breaking news. We got Pam Bondi that announces an arrest of a suspect who sent threatening letters to Mr. Johnson. Yes, we're going to have to start cracking down on people that's doing things like this because they're actually implementing what they're doing. But first, I want to get into this. It's not a laughing matter as ICE director fights back at Pritzker over his crime joke.
Chicago. Take a listen to this.
This is J.B. Pritzker reporting from war-torn Chicago. As you can see, there's utter mayhem and chaos on the ground. It's quite disturbing. The Milwaukee Brewers have come in to attack our Chicago Cubs. We've seen people being forced to eat hot dogs with ketchup on them. And our deep dish pizza, well, has gone shallow.
Yeah, so funny. But here's how President Trump is responding.
We're heading to Chicago because we want to save Chicago. Do you know they had over 4,000 people killed in Chicago over a short 4,000 people. And I have to watch this slob of a governor stand up and say that, well, everything's okay. We've got it under control. Then I have to listen to the mayor who's got a 5% approval rate, maybe less. He's an incompetent man. And the governor's an incompetent guy. He's a guy that was thrown out of his family business like a dog.
Only our president can put it so eloquently. I love listening to it. But
a slob of a governor. Oh man, I'm talking about first thing come to mind, no filter, your boy gonna say it. At least I only say stuff like, I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger you give me today. Keep on moving forward to this Pam Bondi the situation I told you guys about. We got a lot in the deck, y'all. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen if you appreciate the content that you're getting right now. Subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. And also hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we on. I'll be in y'all comments in a minute. We're racking up right now. Let's go.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. And thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for being here.
What a freaking loser.
We've been living through a horrific cycle of political violence in this country. We've seen attacks against police officers, federal agents, including the deadly shooting in the ICE facility in Dallas. Night after night, Antifa wreaks havoc on our streets of our cities. In Minnesota, a gunman murdered a state lawmaker and her husband. It was horrific. An anti-Semitic lunatic tried to burn down Governor Shapiro's house while he was in it with his wife and young children. This week, authorities arrested a man outside a Catholic church in Washington, D.C. with hundreds of explosive devices.
We covered that.
And on September 10th, our nation stopped in its tracks with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We miss him dearly. Unfortunately, I'm here today to talk about similar threats that were made against Benny Johnson and his wife, Kate. Benny's a well-known media personality carrying a message very similar to Charlie's, grounded largely in faith and love of country. Just days after Charlie's assassination, Benny received a letter at his home where he and Kate are raising their beautiful, beautiful young family. The author of this letter made it very clear that he hated Benny because of his views, and he wanted Benny dead. This was a coward hiding behind a keyboard who thought he could get away with this. That's why we're standing up here today. You are not going to get away with threatening people in this way. And I'm proud to announce that we have arrested the author of this letter. George Isbell Jr. was taken into custody this morning, and we are charging him federally with mailing threatening communications. It is a crime, and if convicted, he is going to prison. This was incredible teamwork. Benny called me right away. Chief Burkall, thank you. You were on it right away. Matt Fodor and all the FBI agents. Thank you, U.S. Attorney Kehoe. All all of the U.S. Postal Service, FBI, state and local law enforcement.
You have to pay attention to all of these threats now because you never know which one is real, and it's so easy for people to get a pow and do another Charlie Kirk situation, you guys. So yeah, double tap that screen and get those likes up. It's Columbus Day, y'all. How y'all feeling this morning? It's nice outside, ain't it? Don't y'all love the rain? Can you stand the rain? Keep on moving forward. We're going on over to Beaufort County. That's right, we're going to Beaufort County. We got a sad report that we got to talk about, a mass powering that went on at 4 o'clock yesterday, and a lot of people were affected by this situation. We got to cover it. We got to get into it, y'all. Let's go.
Breaking news on WJCL 22. You're looking at photos from the scene of a mass shooting. This crime happened early this morning in the Low Country. Thanks for sticking with WJCL 22 on this developing story. I'm Greg Coy. Authorities telling us it happened at Willie's Barn Grill on St. Helena Island. Here's what we know so far. 4 people are dead. 4 in critical condition, at least 20 others injured.
Jesus
Police
Christ.
telling us they have a person of interest. They have not said if that person is in custody. WJCL 22 News' Sabrina Lee is at the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, and you've been there, and we've learned that a number of investigators are working.
Where is Beaufort County? This is St. Helena Island. Where's Beaufort County, you guys? If anybody could let me know that, I appreciate it.
This case, Sabrina.
Yes, Greg, that's right. I have reached out and been in contact with the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. And as of right now, there is minimal new information they're able to give. I spent a number of hours earlier over at Beaufort Memorial. I've been trying to track down the status and conditions of the 4 critically injured victims that were taken from the scene. And as of the most recent update, we still don't know which hospitals they have been taken to or where other victims were receiving treatment. Now, the most recent correspondence from the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office that I had stated that there were multiple victims that were seeking care from a multitude of various medical centers, hospitals, urgent cares in the area. So we don't actually know where they might have been, but the investigation is still currently active. Greg.
So they basically went everywhere that they could to try to find treatment for their wounds and their injuries, depending on the level of injury that they were receiving, is what it seems like she's saying right there. One of them might have got a scrape. They went to urgent care. The other ones, they got pow and had to go somewhere else. So that's basically what I get from that. But hey, 4 people lost their lives. I really would want to pray for the souls of those people who lost their lives in Beaufort County, as well as the families of the people that lost their lives. I'd also like to pray for the strength and the resolve so we can all get through tragic events like this. And God, please keep us under your love and your guidance as you always do. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm going to keep on moving forward now because we got to go on over to Washington because Trump is going to speak to these reporters before he departed. Before he departed and went to Israel, they asked him a few questions. Let's keep going, y'all.
So this is going to be a very special time, and I guess if you read your own papers and your own networks, everybody's very excited about this moment in time. So I'll see you on the plane. I think you're traveling with us, but this is a very special event. They had 500,000 people yesterday and today in Israel, and also the Muslim and Arab countries are all cheering. Everybody's cheering at one time. That's never happened before. Usually if you have one cheering, the other isn't.
Right.
The other is the opposite. This is the first time everybody is amazed and they're thrilled, and it's an honor to be involved, and we're going to have an amazing time, and it's going to be something that's never happened before.
Yeah, it definitely didn't. Hoping it never happen again either, right, y'all? Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Also, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, what you waiting for? We get busy over here. Let's go. We got to get on over to New York. No, y'all told me to stop doing that, so I'm going to do this. I start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond blues. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. Let's keep on going, y'all. We gotta get on over to New York right now because we got Luigi Mangioni's lawyer who asked for federal charges to be dropped. That's right. That's what we're doing right now. We're getting into the heading of the show right now. Let's keep on going, y'all. I hope y'all appreciate the content that we're showing you right now.
Take a look at some reporting from Fox. Today, Luigi Mangioni's lawyers have asked a New York federal judge to dismiss some of the criminal charges brought against Mangioni, including the charge that could carry the death penalty. Mangioni is accused of shooting and killing United Healthcare's CEO Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel last December. It prompted a multi-day manhunt for the suspected shooter, which ultimately led to law enforcement taking Mangioni into custody after receiving a tip from a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. Now, Mangioni has since pled not guilty to the charges brought against him. We want to discuss more with Richard Schoenstein. He's an attorney and legal analyst. He joins us. Firstly, based on...
No, man, we appreciate that, but we don't need your gaggle, and you look boring, wolf man. Like he about to do this. The Teen Wolf dance. I'm good, homeboy. Appreciate you and all that. All we needed was that intro. Let's keep on moving forward. Boy, I crack myself up sometimes. Said he looked like the wolf man. Then I hit him with the wolf dance. Yo, y'all remember Teen Wolf? When he made that dance up? Gotta keep on going, yo. You crack yourself up sometimes, but I don't need no friends, but I got a whole lot. I got a whole lot of friends and family. Letitia James, she broke her silence the other day. She's not playing right now. At first, I was wondering why she was hiding out, because normally, Letitia got a lot to say. But as soon as she found out the information that they had on her, she fell back like doom, 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 doom. She started moonwalking. Ain't hear from her for 2 weeks. All of a sudden now she want to go ahead and get a little bit of people behind her. When she get her little people behind her and everything, then outside, she started doing her old Raymond's sermons, having relations, and get everybody behind her. You know how she tried to do, get everybody all riled up. Well, yeah, I guess she's feeling a little bit of energy again now. So she popped her head out and talked about her federal indictment.
Grand jury in Virginia has indicted New York Attorney General Letitia James on criminal charges after an investigation by the Department of Justice.
Chanley Painter has the details. Good morning, Chanley.
Hey, good morning. So New York Attorney General Letitia James facing federal mortgage fraud charges after prosecutors say she falsely claimed a home in Virginia as her second residence while using it as a rental property. A federal grand jury finding that she was then able to obtain more optimal loan terms. Well, James now faces a 2-count indictment, including 1 count of bank fraud and 1 count of making false statements to a financial institution. Each count carries a potential sentence of up to 30 years in prison and up to $1 million in fine. And
well, I can help you out with the fine part of it. Here's my suggestion. Maybe not the time. That's going to be hard. But if you ain't got that mill, myself in the chat, we think that you need to holler at Eddie Murphy and ask him to make another version of the clumps so that you can go ahead and act again as the mother. You don't need no makeup. As we already know, you're perfect for Sherman's having relations. Sherman's having relations. That's what she can do to get that mill up, because, she probably ain't got that dough together, especially since they got a freeze on her accounts probably right now. So she's going to need some work outside of the lines of what she does, because they may even strip her of her position. So I don't think that acting would be a bad opportunity. So all she got to do is holler at Eddie, hey, look, don't even got to put the makeup on. All I need is the fat suit. I look just like your mama. Sherman's having relations. Sherman's having relations.
and forfeiture.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system.
Sherman.
These charges are baseless. And the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization.
Critics of President Trump say he called on the Justice Department to bring charges against James as retribution for previous lawsuits she brought against the commander-in-chief during his first term, something that those in the administration and federal prosecutors, of course, deny. The U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia say This, quote, no one is above the law. The charges as alleged in this case represent intentional criminal acts and tremendous breaches of the public's trust. The facts and the law in this case are clear, and we will continue following them to ensure that justice is served.
I don't think they're going to bring no
James
frivolous case
is set
up.
to be arraigned on October 24th, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say untruths to banks.
Right.
Thanks so much. And
I mean, you signed the paperwork saying that your father was your husband. Then you said that you lived in Virginia when you looked out for your niece so she can get the bank loan, and you were the sitting AG at that time. Y'all, I understand you guys, you got certain people in here that feel a certain way about that situation, but she shouldn't have painted herself in that corner unless she was Michael Jordan. Only way you can paint yourself in the corner and get out, you better have the hang time. I believe I can fly. You better have the hang time of Jordan, because when you put yourself in that corner, where you go? What you expect? We know what we said yesterday. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. When you know you got an issue going on, why are you out here messing with people? And the wrong person to have beef with. I want to have beef with a mediocre, regular person, whatever like that. Who the hell want to have beef with the president? Talking about, oh, he's weaponizing whatever. Hell, what the hell he supposed to do? You don't try to get the man locked up. Anybody gonna try to do something like that? Now, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but think about it if it was you. You're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna just let that slide. I'm gonna just let it slide. Yeah, okay. Let's keep on moving forward now, because we got the Supreme Court that rejects that appeal for Ghislaine Maxwell. We got to keep that in the topics, you guys, because I like to keep that ball in the air.
We have some breaking news to get to on this Monday. Take a look at your screen.
The
Associated Press saying this.
Don't forget about this.
The Supreme Court rejects an appeal from Ghislaine Maxwell, the imprisoned former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein. Going to put up here some footage of Ghislaine Maxwell as I read more of the copy courtesy of the AP. They say this: the Supreme Court on Monday rejected an appeal from Ghislaine Maxwell, the imprisoned former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein. On the first day of their new term, the justices declined to take up a case that would have drawn renewed attention to the sordid sexual abuse saga after President Trump's administration sought to tamp down criticism over its refusal to publicly release more investigative files from Epstein's case. Lawyers for Maxwell, a British socialite, argued that she never should have been tried or convicted for her role in luring teenage girls to be sexually abused by Epstein, a New York financier.
What?
She is serving a 20-year prison term, though she was moved from a low-security federal prison in Florida to a minimum security prison camp in Texas after she was interviewed in July by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. As is their custom, the justices did not explain why they turned away the appeal. President Trump's Republican administration had urged the High Court to stay out of the case. Maxwell's lawyers contended that a non-prosecution agreement reached in 2007 by federal prosecutors in Miami, and Epstein's lawyers also protected his potential co-conspirators from federal charges anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
Maxwell was prosecuted in Manhattan, and the federal appeals court there ruled that the prosecution was proper. A jury found her guilty of sex trafficking a teenage girl, among other charges. Maxwell's trial featured accounts of the sexual exploitation of girls as young as 14, told by 4 women who described being abused as teens in the 1990s and early 2000s at Epstein's homes. Neither Maxwell's lawyers nor the Federal Bureau of Prisons has explained the reason for her transfer, but one of her lawyers, David Oscar Marcus, has said that she is, quote, innocent and never should have been tried, much less convicted. That attorney also said the lead lawyer on her was the lead lawyer on her Supreme Court case, Maxwell was interviewed by Blanche at a Florida courthouse, and she was given limited immunity, allowing her to speak freely without fear of prosecution for anything she said, except for in the event of a false statement. She repeatedly denied witnessing any sexually inappropriate interactions involving President Trump, according to records released in August, meant to distance the president from the disgraced financier. And so we just wanted to get to that breaking news.
Yeah, me too, because that's the latest stuff that we have on her. I just wanted to see how far it was going to go, because I thought it was going to go a lot farther than we normally go. But yes, you guys see we have the latest up-to-date information on Ghislaine Maxwell. And everybody keep on saying, Release the Epstein files, 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 files. Been hearing that for the whole year. And we want them too, y'all. We want them too. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen and get those likes up, because you know we got to keep that content up to date and keep my people on point. Do your boy a favor. Also, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, why not? Hit that notification bell down there to let everybody know that we're on, we're on, we're on. Tyler Robinson, his dad, posted pictures of the alleged iller as it emerged. We're going to keep on going, y'all. We got all sorts of coverage and topics that we got to make sure that we're covering. Let's get into a little bit of this Tyler Robinson's dad as he posted pictures about his perfect family trip in July. Check this out.
Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old Utah local, confessed Friday morning to fatally shooting conservative activist Charlie Kirk, officials said. Robinson was turned in after his father recognized him in photos released by the FBI. And his son admitted he was the gunman. Robinson's father asked him to turn himself in, but his son replied that he would rather kill himself. The father then convinced his son to speak with their youth minister, who called the FBI, and agents later took Robinson into custody. Only about 2 months earlier in July, Robinson's father painted a much different picture of family life with his son on social media, where he posted a video reel showing highlights from their Mexico trip together, in which Tyler was pictured happily showing off a fish he caught. Another video going viral reveals another proud moment for Tyler, this time in a video posted by his mother, in which he announces he had received a college scholarship.
Congratulations, you have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000. This scholarship is available for 4 years or 8 semesters.
In a statement, Utah State University, which is a different school from where the shooting took place, confirmed the suspect had briefly attended the university for 1 semester in 2021. Other pictures of the suspected killer that have emerged also feel almost chillingly normal, sharing a meal with his dad, grinning while riding in what appears to be a small plane, and seemingly enjoying a happy family life. The only photos which really stand out include one in which he appears to be dressed for Halloween in a Trump costume, and a number of others that point to an interest in various types of weapons. But how this young man went from this to this still remains a mystery.
Gotta keep on moving forward, you guys. Do me a favor, like I said, keep on moving forward. We gotta get on over to Atlanta, where there's an investigation going on. They're narrowing in on to apprehend the escaped inmate Derek Groves, his associates. They're not trying to just go after Derek Groves himself for being on the run. They want the associates of the people that actually assisted him while he was on the run.
Jail escapee and convicted killer Derek Groves back to Louisiana.
Chris Welty reports he was extradited from Georgia just a few hours ago.
John Megg State Police released multiple photos of Derek Groves back in Louisiana. Groves was briefly held in Fulton County after he was arrested at a home in southwest Atlanta Wednesday. Pictures show Groves leaving a jet and then being loaded onto a state police helicopter. The governor said Groves will be held in Angola. With Groves in custody, law enforcement turned their attention to holding anyone who helped him accountable. Brian Fair with the U.S. Marshal's Office says on September 11th, 3 people were arrested for drugs and guns in the 9th Ward. Fair says the 3 men arrested were associates of Groves. We asked Fair if Groves' associates' alleged drug and weapons operation funded his stint on the run.
That's going to get explored further, so I don't want to comment on it really too much because it's an open investigation. But I would say it's a definite possibility based on the quantity of narcotics that were found in the residence.
Fox 8 got an exclusive look inside Groves' hideout. Inside the southwest Atlanta home, drug paraphernalia, a bullet, children's shoes, wigs, and clothing. Groves was found hiding in a basement crawl space. Fair says
this is the perfect example of making yourself hot. Like, you know how they say with the people from overseas that came here illegally? Now, that place probably was operating like that for a long time, even though it's the wrong type of place to be operating for a long time. Once he got there, it made the spot hot. Boom! Now they got him and they got the spot. Similar to what? When you're trying to harbor an illegal alien. And then next thing you know, Abuela gets jammed up in the mix because Abuela's in the house, or auntie or uncle is in the house. Similar situation. Be careful who you're looking out for because they can bring that drama with them. Don't necessarily have to be like that neither. Could be all types of baggage that you don't know about. when you let people in your house.
It's unclear when Groves made it to Atlanta and how long he was in that sunny Honeysuckle Lane home. Once again, Groves will be held in Angola with the other 9 Orleans Parish jail escapees. John?
This is hands down one of the most powerful AI platforms for
I hope they wind up keeping him because, yeah, they wasn't too good at that last jail that they tried to keep him in. I'll tell you that. We got to get on over to Nashville, where a 70-year-old is recovering after a downtown attack. And the suspect, you wouldn't believe this. This suspect that attacked this 70-year-old was released before she even got into surgery. Let's go, y'all. This goes to show you how bad it is out here when it comes down to law enforcement and, you know, people actually getting just due for what the things that they do.
The 70-year-old Nashville woman is so traumatized with months of rehabilitation ahead of her, she doesn't want her name or picture on the news. After all, her accused attacker is back on the street. And when you hear the story, you will understand why she doesn't feel safe. This is 35-year-old Pablo Arias, a resident of Whitehaven, Pennsylvania. Why he was in Nashville, we have no idea. What he is accused of doesn't even make sense. It all started with a 70-year-old woman who works part-time as a bartender at the Ryman Auditorium. Our 70-year-old victim is walking home after her shift at the Ryman like always when out of nowhere, Pablo Arias is accused of a flying karate-style kick to her chest. There's no words exchanged. She drops to the ground unconscious. There's no robbery. He just staggers off. No motive. In fact, this is how police caught him. He dropped his phone during the attack. And if you look at the phone, there's a picture of him paragliding as the screensaver. Her dear friend, Music Row salon owner Rodney Mitchell says everyone in the neighborhood is upset.
She'll be having several months of rehab. It seems very unfair that a judge would let someone like that walk free.
She's so scared she asked everyone to not use her name or picture. After all, Pablo Arias made bond while she was still in surgery.
Yes, we're trying to keep that very private for her because, you know, who knows? I mean, who knows where he is?
Felony.
This is when I say street justice needs to step in. Y'all call me what you want. There's no reason for that to happen like that. I know y'all some teddy bears in these comments. No, Bugatti, don't say that. So when is it time to get even? We even say it in the Bible. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about, right? I ain't gonna say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They say it in the Bible. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. 2 women have been arrested after posing as a cleaning crew in this high-level Los Angeles burglary operation. This was a crazy one right here. Be careful who you hire, because they may not just be coming there to clean up. They might be trying to go after all sorts of other things, you guys. Check this out.
Now to a story about cleaning women that promised to remove grime from homes, but instead cleaned them out of cash and valuables. A major task force that included the FBI arrested 2 women and accused them of burglarizing homes.
Authorities believe they are part of a much larger, very sophisticated transnational organized crime group. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos joins us live from Hollywood with more details about the criminal operation. Annie Rose.
Sharon, Micah, these 2 women arrested were posing as a cleaning crew in order to gain access inside people's home, making away with anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 worth of property. And police telling us tonight they are certain these 2 women did not act alone. Tonight, authorities arresting 2 women for posing as a cleaning crew to gain access to homes and burglarize them.
They're going, hey, well, technically, they were a cleaning crew, right? They just cleaned you out a different type of way. You know, you hired us to, you know, you shouldn't even be able to arrest them because you actually hired us to steal that stuff from y'all. We were a cleaning crew. You didn't give any description of what you wanted us to take. We took the gold along with the dirt, too.
In and they're targeting high value items. So you're talking about jewelry, you're talking about money.
Advertising their cleaning
Just
services
cleaning it
on
up,
social
right?
media.
As a house cleaning service through various social media means. And then they are responding to the residents and they're actually there to burglarize the location.
30-year-old Nicole Quiroga and 49-year-old Sandra Aguilan both.
Somebody in the comments, I gotta read this. Behind them is an unemployed man. Do better, ladies. Angels Among Us said, behind them is an unemployed man. Do better, ladies.
Colombian nationals are now behind bars. Here's some of what police found in their cars and apartments. More than $50,000 in cash, along with these high-end items.
Those kinds of things that are easily resaleable on social media marketplaces and in secondhand dealers.
With officials now saying these women did not act alone.
It's not just two random women that decided, hey, we're going to do a burglary, and these look like good places to do it. What generally is happening is transnational organized groups are working to basically engage these individuals in committing crimes for the larger organization.
So, okay, this is what you're going to do. You know, you got Juancito and Johanna still living in your country, right? So this is what you're going to do. You're a cleaner, but you're going to go over there and clean them out. And you're going to send us the riches, or Juancito and Hannah going to have a little issue. Serious talk. That's it. Or they probably owe them money. Talking about when you get back over there, you guys better pay us for the money that we use to get to, for the services to get you guys over to America. They never stop. The food stamps. I already told you guys. Candy, chicle, candy. Then they got their little daughter wrapped on their back in a little scarf or whatever like that, and they making you feel so bad walking through the train station. Candy, and you like, oh, let me help the lady. Let me give her $2. Stupid. Gotcha. She just got you. Matter of fact, I done seen people do this. Oh, no, keep the candy. Oh, take care of you. They already got a fat knot like this in her pocket from food stamp flipping. What do you mean food stamp flipping, Bugatti? Here you go. All that money they get on the food stamps. They walking, I'm gonna do it Fire Marshal Bill style. They walk into BJ's. They're looking around. They see the candy. Okay, cool. Let me get the Twix candies. Let me get these over here. Let me get a little bit more of these right here. And we're gonna come outside, we're gonna flip these food stamps to cash. And what's gonna happen from that? We're gonna make everybody feel so sad on the train. And we're gonna send that money back to who? Because even that money is part of the money that they want, because they know that they got the food stamps. They know everything. They know what's going on over here. They know. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got this exporter situation right here. Get this down real quick. Yes, that was the real breakdown of candy, and y'all not giving them $2 for that candy after they done got it off food stamps, and then you're getting mad at them for doing what they're doing. Learn. Come on, y'all. Exporter staffer reveals shocking new details on candidates allegedly bullying. Y'all remember that fat lady the other day? I'm saying it. She was heavyweight. She had a big back. Yeah, her back was loaded up with big ambitious foods. Yeah, her back was really big. Her big back had no rules. You know who I'm talking about.
Courage, perhaps not so much out in California in the gubernatorial race when one gubernatorial candidate, Katie Porter, we have new reports in her epic political crash and burn story. So now we have some of her former staffers. Remember the famous video where he's yelling for one to get out of the shot and whatnot? Well, now Sasha Georgiadis, a former Katie Porter staffer, is telling the New York Post this, saying it was easier for her to do these things to the quieter ones, the more soft-spoken ones who wouldn't be like, hey, that's not okay, going after people you think aren't going to fight back. I think it speaks a lot about a person's nature.
Why sell the food stamps when you can take the $200 and go to BJ's and buy a bunch of candy and come out on a train station and break people's hearts? You're going to make more money than doing that, buddy. That's not what people are doing no more. They're not going to take no $100 for their food stamps. This is the new hustle. Excuse me for interrupting. Need you guys to understand what's going on here. Why do that when you can go to a place with a whole bunch of candies at and come pray on the week? Come on, man.
When they do that, especially in an arena like politics, which you're here to serve people, if anything went wrong, she would flip on a dime. She's talking to me while the other girl in the room is telling me, I don't even know why she's here. I can do better than this, better than her, and this is like very inappropriate. The girl's in the room with us. It's dehumanizing and it's demoralizing. It makes you question, why am I even doing this?
Come on,
So you're saying she's on a call
the big back.
and with another staffer, Katie Porter is.
They're in the room.
And the other person's in the room and she's saying this girl is horrible, she's not good.
Let me demonstrate for you.
You know, Rachel,
I want to be
Charlie's
here for this.
okay. He's just not very bright. He's really slow, and he doesn't do a very good job. Oh, like it's like, or not even, but except minus the O part.
Yeah,
she just
doesn't care.
bulldozes through, and the only reason she does it is because somebody is quieter or meeker.
Yeah.
And there's a type of person who does this, and it's irrespective of political stripe. There are right wing Republicans, Democrats, whatever, but it is a uniquely terrible.
This is why I sang this song. This is the big back we're talking about that. We can't even tell if it's a man or a woman.
Person, an awful bully. She's
exactly the
a
word.
monster. She's a bullying monster.
Yeah.
And they prey on people who are just quieter, who are wonderful, great at what they do, very smart, but maybe just quieter. And they just
Yeah, you know, some people use their weight and they use their girth to bully people. You know, when you're big like that, sometimes it just comes along with the ride. You know, if she can't find a burger that day, you're going to be the victim. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, because that was one of the biggest big backs in Congress I've ever seen. Let's go, y'all, to New York. We got to get on over to Queens. Sad story where an ex-boyfriend suspected in the fatal shooting of a woman in Queens followed her here. She tried to get away from him. This is the perfect example of, you know, what do they call it? Domestic violence, y'all. Terrible story that I wish I did not have to report.
Someone away from me that was my best friend, and it's just a lot to take in.
It's so difficult for a young person to lose her best friend to domestic violence. With another friend by her side, they attended the wake and funeral of 21-year-old Deshauna Donovan. Police believe she was shot to death by her ex-boyfriend while staying with her aunt on 96th Street in East Elmhurst. How will you remember Deshauna?
Lovable, laughter, funny, overprotective.
Deshauna Donovan was from South Carolina and moved to Queens about 6 months ago to live with her aunt to get away from an abusive former flame. Police now believe that ex-boyfriend followed Deshauna to Queens and gunned her down in her new home as she tried to escape from him in the basement of her aunt's building.
But we're also here still waiting for justice. And the killer was known to Deshauna. We understand that now. We also understand that there's a video and there's pictures. People know who he is. They know his name. And he should not be receiving shelter from anyone.
This wake and funeral coincided with Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
This is Domestic Violence Month. And if they feel that it was her ex-boyfriend that did it, then there should be stronger leads, and he should be in custody already.
They're trying to locate him. You see what's going on out there, but you know they got a lot of these Keystone cops in New York. They run around like, and hey, they didn't know that he was going to do that. So yes, they have to investigate. Hopefully with facial recognition, they'll be able to locate this guy. But you know what we have to do? We have to pray for the life of Deshauna, who lost her life in this tragic event. As you can see, a lot of her friends are feeling the pain as well. So yes, Lord, we ask for strength to get through these tragic events as you always carry us through in Jesus' name. Amen. We have to keep on moving forward, you guys. We're going over to San Diego, where the police officer did something similar. Stills-knocked. I ain't going to say that word and get caught. I say pig Latin this way. Stills-knocked her ex-husband, and a judge ordered her to surrender her firearm. This is a police officer who was in a relationship with another police officer, and the judge ordered her to release her pistol. That means you can't be a police officer anymore.
A judge has ordered a San Diego police officer to stay away from her ex-husband after finding she stalked him. In August, Team 10 revealed the officer was accused of installing hidden cameras in her ex's home and stalking his girlfriend. She was facing termination until Police Chief Scott Wall overturned that decision. As Team 10 investigator Austin Grabish tells us, the judge says she must now turn in her police-issued gun.
Did you install hidden cameras in your ex-husband's home?
Officer Stephanie Cockrell didn't want to answer any of our questions as she left a heated hearing in August. Now, a judge has granted her ex-husband Tyler a restraining order. The two San Diego police officers divorced in 2021, but the judge made the decision this month after finding Stephanie was, quote, less credible. The judge's ruling says Stephanie engaged in stalking and harassment. The order requires the officer, who the department says has been working in an administrative capacity, to surrender her service weapon and to stay away from Tyler and his children.
It seems like something that's important that they have to do, especially when it has to do with a criminal case and she has a weapon. So yeah, outside of the lines of what you do for your job, you basically jammed yourself up by getting caught up in doing that. So guess what? We're going to revoke your gun and now can't even be an officer no more. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Thun, thun, thun. That's what she is. Yeah, New York, we're going to the Bronx. And there's no remorse for the old, the young, the lame, or the meek when it comes down to the Bronx. You guys are not even going to believe the words that's coming out of my mouth when I tell you the name of this story. We're in the Bronx right now, and we're reporting about a 10-year-old girl who was followed and robbed. That's right, she was robbed on her way to school at 7:30 in the morning. Check this out right here. Now, I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions about this, but like I said, I want you guys to understand the words because, first of all, from what I'm saying, it don't make sense. 10-year-old in the Bronx, walking to school by herself in the morning, gets real snob. Parents just don't understand, right? Keep on going.
Tonight, an Eyewitness News exclusive. A walk to school ends in frightening fashion for a 10-year-old girl. A man followed her, then robbed her of her chain.
Luckily, she managed to get away safely. She and her family sat down with Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
I know that's him because of the pants in the back.
A man Zoe has never seen before and hasn't seen since. But the 10-year-old has this message to the stranger in a story you'll only see here on Eyewitness News.
Why would you do that? That's bad. You should go to jail for that.
Police want to track down the suspect and need the public's help. Zoe was alone when she left home and headed to school Thursday morning around 7:30 here in the East Tremont section of the Bronx. But when she got in this area on East 176th Street, she sensed something was wrong and did what her parents taught her.
I see this man following me, so I moved to one side, and then he went with me to the other side. So I walked faster.
The middle schooler was hoping he'd go away, but he didn't. He got in front of her.
He said, "Give me that goddamn chain."
Could have gone bad,
and
said
he
April.
Took my chain.
Did he snatch it off?
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart, says Jeff.
Snatched it off.
Even now, there are markings on her neck. So he tells me she only wore the gold chain with her initial as a pendant on special occasions. She had gone to a baby shower last weekend and forgot to take it off. A necklace she got just a few years ago.
My uncle and my dad gave it to me for my birthday.
Zoe will never forget the slap. The suspect also took her school ID. Her mom is furious someone would target her little girl.
Nothing.
I don't know what I would say to him, but I would definitely smack him the way he smacked my daughter.
Zoe tells me she had been pushing her parents to let her make the short 3-minute walk to school alone. That day she did. Her grandfather is now taking her. As for the suspect, Zoe's dad tells me police better catch him before he does.
All right, I never normally do this, but I'm going to the comments on this video because I think the comments support a lot of things that our comments may say and may not. Sick of these lowlives who thought that they could take people's personal property. Pathetic to do to a freaking child. A chain valued at $1,000 on a Bronx 10-year-old is never a great idea. This person said she should have never been walking first off. And why is her mother laughing? She could have been. There's another one that says that was so evil and it mean to do to a child. I hope they catch him. This world is so disgusting and disturbing. Out of all of the comments I'm interested in is she shouldn't be walking alone, first off, and why is her mother laughing? She could have lost her life. I'm him. Yes, y'all know me. I don't play when it comes down to the BS. What the hell is that little girl walking to school by herself for? I don't care if you're trying to convince me. Yeah, let me give you something. Yeah, let me go. I want to go by myself. myself. You know what I'm doing? I'm following her as she walks down the block. She gonna think she going to school by herself, but she ain't going to school by herself. And all of that, oh, he better not let me catch him. Homeboy, too late. You should have felt that energy when she was walking to school by herself. Y'all gonna get me talking about victim shaming or whatever like that. But that's how I feel about it. You do not have to agree with me. What y'all got to say? 1,000 Gotti. Chris feels sad for her was the first offense. That is true. You're right. Facts. Parents, and why y'all always be hating on them? Yes, no walking to school alone. Bingo, angels. What is the 10-year-old girl that's so precious and meek and talking like that and doesn't have no sense of what? You don't do that to your angel. You do not let that, oh, I got to get to work on time. Shouldn't have had it. Find another job where you can be able to take your daughter to school on time. You got a daughter. Bottom line. Name of the show. No excuses. Get my bags and meet me at the airport. Ain't trying to hear it. We got to keep on moving forward now because we got to go to Brooklyn, where a man was arraigned on an murder charge for an murder that he did in Brooklyn. Beat somebody to DEA. Yeah, beat somebody. And this is what goes on in these certain outer boroughs. And that's why I don't play around in these certain boroughs.
Today, a judge ordered a suspect held without bail after he was charged with beating a man to death at a subway station in downtown Brooklyn. Meanwhile, the victim, 64-year-old Nicola Tanzi, is being remembered as a beloved security guard and man of faith. Eyewitness news reporter Crystal Cranbar spoke with the family and the pastor. She's in live downtown Brooklyn with more. Crystal.
Good afternoon, David. Yeah, this is just a story that's hit this community very, very hard. The suspect, David Mazariegos, was charged with murder, robbery, and possession of stolen property after he allegedly stole the victim's wallet and used the credit cards inside to buy a 20-inch sword. Now, as for the victim, Nicola Tanzi, you can see behind me there's a growing memorial. Just a short while ago, people stopping by to add more candles and a photo. There was one man in particular who stopped us today just to make sure that we knew that Tanzi was more than just a victim. He was a well-liked security guard.
He wasn't just some random guy on the streets who got violated.
To those who knew 64-year-old Nicola Tanzi, he was their community protector.
He was a great friend. He kept us safe in the neighborhood. Very friendly guy. Family-oriented.
Friends say he was a local security guard. A makeshift memorial continues to grow outside the J Street Metrotech subway station, where police say Tanzi was brutally murdered Tuesday afternoon. 25-year-old David Mazariegos is accused of punching and kicking the victim in the head more than 10 times before stealing his wallet. Police say surveillance cameras captured the two crossing paths as Mazariegos was trying to enter the subway through the emergency exit gate. He allegedly confessed after his arrest on Tuesday night he killed Tanzi because he did not like the way he looked at him.
He's a very, very happy person. He's not a sad person. He's always smiling. He tried to help people.
Neighbors in Tanzi's Bensonhurst apartment building were stunned and saddened to hear of his loss. Originally from Italy, those who knew him say he comes from a large family and was an usher at St. Athanasius, St. Dominic Parish.
He was a man of faith, and he was a man who was welcoming to others. That was his role at church, and he made sure everyone felt welcome at the church and that everyone understood that they had a place at the church.
Tanzi's friends and loved ones now holding each other a little tighter and finding ways to move forward.
Terrible, tragic situation, you guys. I do not be rocking around in Brooklyn like that. I just don't. And this fool just decided to break out of nowhere and just assault this man like that. Crazy. And then we got people like Kathy Joku Hoku, who's about to raise the train fare. And as you guys can see, less police down there. There's no police down there. They got some people guarding the door that's security. That's about it. They ain't got no real security down there. But yes, if you don't want to take the train where you can get caught up, you guys can feel free to drive in New York. And if you have an Easy Pass, it's only $9 to cross like 59th Street to go to 60th Street. It's only $9. And if you don't have an Easy Pass, it's only $14 to cross one street. It's not a lot of money. Stop complaining. The money's going to a fund that Kathy Joku Hoku has allocated to the side for the MTA, by the way. just so you guys know. And she's allocated at least about $208 million so far that has not been accounted for. We're going to keep on moving forward to Las Vegas because we got some surveillance videos that shows the teens that was killed, that was pow-powed, 2 in a drive-by in a Las Vegas pow-powing. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We all over the place. We're going to Vegas right now. Let's go.
The family of the 2 men killed are still grieving. Today, we're seeing the surveillance videos investigators collected to build murder cases against the shooters, who are both 16 years old and gang members. This is Noah Sierra, and here's Jesus Martin Guerrero, 2 16-year-olds at the time of their arrest who are charged as adults for killing 18-year-old Eric Roque and 20-year-old Efrain Guevara. The victim's parents talked with me exclusively.
It was a drive-by. They were planning to take as many lives they could, and they took our sons.
We think as a family that whatever happened to him should have never happened. This kid should have been arrested a long time before this even happened.
Prosecutors say last year on the night of July 13th, there was a house party on Kaibab near Owens and Mojave. This is Sierra and Martin Guerrero walking to the party with a group of friends. At the gate, they're stopped, and witnesses say they began arguing with the party host. As they turn around, a witness told authorities, one of them said as they were leaving, "Watch what's going to happen." Prosecutors say the teens conspired to shoot the party host. Here is Sierra getting in the driver's seat of a stolen car. Martin Guerrero hops in the passenger seat. The car stops in the middle of Kaibab. Then this video captures the drive-by shooting. We're pausing it. Investigators accuse Guerrero of firing 13 rounds. After the shooting, the teens were captured going into a gas station. Then they went to a hangout spot near the Clark County wetlands where they posted this Instagram video. Sierra, the getaway driver, is seen on top of the car throwing gang signs. Now, both Jesus Martin Guerrero and Noah Sierra are facing 42 charges each, including 2 counts of murder related to the shooting. David?
Jesus Christ, y'all. You see what I'm saying as far as the loss of life, and they don't have no wherewithal, don't care about the souls or Lord or Jesus or nothing like that no more, y'all. No well out there telling them nothing. You got to pray for the souls of the people that lost their lives in this tragic event, you guys, and hope that the families can get through this as best as they can. We ask this in Jesus' name again, Lord. Amen. Hopefully that's the last story that we got like that. We got to get on over to Hollywood, West Hollywood. In West Hollywood. No, it's not going to work. Let's go. Burglary suspects rob a man at gunpoint in broad daylight. Yes, broad daylight. This is what's going on now. You guys seen it though, that other event happened in broad daylight as well, right? Check this out.
Security camera on the building. And then that security camera video was given to...
Hold on a minute. I'm sorry.
Now at 11, a broad daylight robbery in West Hollywood. It happened so
Broad
quickly,
daylight.
we're showing it to you again. A man just walking on the street when he was held up at gunpoint by 3 men. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. It all happened this afternoon.
Brazen.
Robert Kavas.
And you could tell them it's the teens with the shiesties on. Oh, and nobody got nothing to say about the mask and the hoodie and it being 90 degrees outside and they got on hoodies and jackets and all this black stuff and they covering their face. Now, we'll be wrong if we start making a law about that, right? About the crime of walking around with a mask on your face. What would happen if you was walking around in 1975 with a ski mask on your face? Or 1980, or 1990, or 1994. What would have possibly happened? Why is it such a different language for it to be wrong right now to stop and frisk someone with a mask on? Why? Because you're tame from COVID. And guess what? Oh, I just got this on from COVID. I don't want to get sick or whatever like that. I'll be playing with these people out here. Come here for a minute. If it was me, I'd be getting in trouble. If I was a police officer, you got that mask on, come here for a minute. Oh, no, I'm good. Nah, no, you're not good. Come here for a minute. Let me search you. Oh, that's what you're over here for. Let's go. Even if I can't keep the collar, you're going through. I'm telling you straight up and down. Law enforcement don't have nothing to do with it no more. They ain't saying nothing. People just letting anything happen. And then after the fact, let's go to the video. Meanwhile, people already lost their life. Stupid.
Is in the newsroom now with the video And reaction from a witness. Robert.
Carolyn, we are just getting all of this information into our newsroom about what is being described as terrifying moments on a street in West Hollywood, and this went down at 5:45 this afternoon. Let's start by giving you a live pic of Hacienda Place. Now, this is located between Fountain and Santa Monica. The video we are about to show you comes from the security camera.
Excuse me. They're not outlawed in New York. Shiesty masks are not outlawed in New York. Shiesty masks are not outlawed in New York. You're wrong. I live in New York.
On the building. And then that security camera video was given to WeHo Times. Tonight, WeHo Times sharing that video with us. Now, there was a man in a black shirt in the beginning of that video. That's WeHo Times reporter and also West Hollywood resident Mike Pingle, who just happened to be there, who became a witness to this crime. And just minutes ago, Mike Pingle takes us through it.
And then all of a sudden, I hear some yelling behind me. I turn around, and there were 3 masked men, all dressed in black, and they threw this guy down on the grounds. They weren't turning him around. They were like ripping the jewelry off of him. He had a necklace. They ripped it off. They took his watch, and they had 2 guns, and there was a crowbar because there were 3 people that attacked him. And then there was one person in the car that when they got back in the car, they just drove away.
Mike explains that the man attacked is from San Francisco, visiting with his husband, friends here in West Hollywood, and that's why he was on that street. Mike said,
crazy brazen daylight, y'all. They don't care no more. As long as they can get away with it, they gonna get away with it. And even if it is outlawed, that don't mean that they stopping and enforcing it. There's one thing called outlaw or law, but there's another thing called enforcing. Let's say they got, oh, this is outlawed, but if the police ain't gonna enforce it, it's still going on. Keep on moving forward to Huntsville. We got this former pastor who's been federally charged for stealing church funds. Wow, like we never heard about this before. He needed money for the building fund. You know he needed money to get the ceiling straight because the AC messed up. Y'all know what's going on here. It's getting cold. Got to get that boiler worked on, y'all. You know how the church is. Got to get it worked on. We need that money.
Early first on 48, federal court documents obtained by WAFF show a former Huntsville pastor is going to plead guilty to federal wire fraud charges after he spent hundreds of thousands of church dollars on luxury items for himself. WAFF 48's Faith Delp has more on his...
Well, you know the Lord want me to look good. The Lord need me to have a Rolex. I need to have on Versace suits in order to be able to preach to you guys right. Come on now, y'all. Double tap that screen and get those likes up and do your boy a favor. Send me all the money that you got in your bank accounts right now. Y'all know what we're trying to do. We're trying to get this money together for the building fund. And if you really got love for the Lord like you say you do today, that's how they be getting down, y'all. They don't be playing and they be calling me a grifter. I ain't no grifter. That's how they do. I just know what they do. Let's go.
Purchases and his charges.
Adrian Davis was the senior pastor at the now closed Huntsville branch of All Nations Worship Assembly. New court documents show that Davis used the church's money from around 2018 to around 2020 to buy cars, shoes, and much more. This is Davis back in 2019, during the time he is accused of taking funds from the ANWA church. Court documents say he bought a $30,000 Audi and $45,000 GMC SUV with the church's money during this time.
Somebody said, lock them doors, ushers. Nobody getting out of here today. I can't believe you guys are tithing that little. Wait a minute, let me see Johnson's envelope. And they had the nerve to open it right there. $20? We know you make more money than that, Johnson. Lock that door, ushers.
They also say Davis used the ANWA church's fund to pay off over $100,000 of his own credit card debt. Court documents say some of the purchases on that credit card include a $4,900 purchase from Louis Vuitton and more than $18,000 in jewelry. The documents also say he used the church's money to pay his mother's mortgage. In addition to the wire fraud charges, Davis is going to plead guilty to filing a false tax return. Court documents show in 2021, Davis filed a false tax return stating he made around $138,000 in 2020, but he knew he received more than that. Court records show Davis has signed a plea agreement, pledging to plead guilty to federal wire fraud and filing a false tax return.
He gonna get out, he gonna get more spiritual, he gonna get another church, and he gonna keep the ball rolling. This time he gonna get an accountant though. Trust me. Once he get that little bit of, he still got some dough. He chilling. He gonna be up in there, whatever, because he's still sitting off the fat of what he got. Come outside of him, he gonna come out and make a whole nother church. Mark my words. Keep on moving forward, because that's what they do. New York video shows a child. I'm sorry, no, this is not New York. This child was basically trapped under a helicopter, and this was in Palm Springs, I remember. Hold on a minute. Let's watch this video together, you guys. This helicopter basically lost control and landed on some people. Now, some kind of way that the wind just took that plane where it was just going crazy. Let's watch this from another angle. The chopper suddenly lost control and began spiraling in midair and slammed into a row of palm trees. I saw that, and then it chopped down one of them. One of them got chopped down.
I changed his mind. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God.
So that's how that happened. Horrified beachgoers were ahead shouting, "Oh no, oh my God," as the helicopter hurled to the ground. And yes, the other video definitely said it, and you saw the little child there. I'm gonna have to keep on looking forward to make sure that we're gonna keep on up with that story to see if the child was injured or anything. We're gonna keep on moving forward right now, y'all, because we got this shocking video that captures a late night in the Bronx. And this is how it goes down in the Bronx. The police can't even keep these guys under control. I'm telling you right now, when it gets like this, it's time to go.
Like a scene straight out of a movie, hundreds of people storming an intersection in the West Bronx. And when the cops arrived, that's when things got crazy. News 12's Marissa Santorelli has the video that you have to see to believe.
Hundreds of people, no control. Absolute mayhem in the West Bronx.
Fast and Fury on Webster Avenue. They were jumping on top of a police car. Oh my God, what in the world is what?
This whole thing looked like an episode. This is like a movie. Even the video that we're watching right now looked like an episode. The way, what do you mean jumping on top of a police car? What? This all looked like a movie, and it's real, like real night action.
Mayhem in the West Bronx.
Fast and Fury on Webster Avenue. They were jumping on top of a police car. Oh my God, what in the world is what?
They was having a ball. Donuts and drag racing right in front of the cops. A couple of close calls causing serious concerns.
They shouldn't have been doing it. Somebody could have got hurt. Anybody could have been coming off the highway not paying attention and could have got hurt.
So we're here right in the middle of East 174th Street and
this is
Webster
New
Avenue.
York,
And take a
baby.
look here, right at the ground at this intersection, completely painted with tire marks. And residents in the area tell us this isn't the first time they've seen this.
At nighttime, it becomes a club, and they drag race and race their cars around in circles here in the grass, right there on top. Big giant speakers on their cars playing music. Maybe about 100 kids. We're not hanging out, drinking, partying, right here on the street every night.
Antoine lives across the street. He uses a walker. He says he's afraid for his safety.
People that lives here, residents, Cross the street, we're handicapped. It's not safe at all. Not safe at all.
An issue on the NYPD's radar that doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
And the reason being is because if you guys notice, there's only 2 police cars out there, and there's so many people. Because why? We do not have a proper police force. That's right, you guys. In order for them to really properly cover that, they would need at least about 5 or 6 or 7 cars. Most of the precincts only have 4 cars, and they're allocated to the most elected to the endpoints of whatever their jurisdiction is. So when they get those calls, they're able to do this. Yes, only 4 cars per sector right now. That's how bad it is. No one wants to be a New York police officer, only the young guys, and that's why they're getting pushed over, because they don't have the strength and the resolve like the old police officers that used to be out here cracking heads. Not trying to say that that's a good thing. Sometimes you do need a little bit of head cracking to get discipline going on. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen and get those likes up, because we're still going. We still got more in the clip. It ain't over. I thought y'all ain't like the beat. Party ain't over. Groove me. Ow. Baby. Tonight. It ain't over, y'all. Let's keep on going forward, because we got to get over to Hollywood, where this delivery driver, he returned the cat. Let me show you guys what I mean by this. In order to return the cat, you have to have had the cat in the first place, right? Well, check this out.
Our next story is a reminder, don't believe everything you read on the internet.
The story is about a cat, a food delivery driver, a home security video, and posting on a neighborhood site. And KCAL's Zach Bowetta was live in West Hollywood with the story of how it went viral and then took a big turn, Zach.
Well, Pat Rudabay, good evening. Some thought this delivery driver was a full-on cat napper. It all started with a social media post video from this apartment building here behind me that caught everyone's attention, but it all turned out not to be true.
Floki the cat is finally back home in West Hollywood with his owner Amiri tonight after a food delivery driver scooped him up 2 weeks ago in what was thought to be a catnapping.
As soon as I heard his meow, I was like, just so happy, so excited that it was him, because I would recognize the sound anywhere from the world.
Neighbors say the 6-year-old Highlander Lynx is well known around his West Hollywood neighborhood for his outgoing personality. And when they saw the missing posters go up, they started to worry that maybe a car or a coyote were to blame.
But he was known to wander around the neighborhood.
He's a very friendly cat. He lets you pet him. Piper gets along well with him.
But it was that charming personality that you can see on this surveillance video which gained the attention of a food delivery driver who saw him in the street alone, cuddling up to him. Thinking he was a stray, he picked him up, put him in his car, and took off. The video causing a stir on social media, with some feeling the driver catnapped him. But the driver tonight telling us on a phone call off camera he had always planned on trying to get Floki back to his rightful owner. And when a friend told him about the growing views and comments on social media, he took him straight to the West Hollywood Sheriff's Station this morning when he got in touch with Amiri.
He was doing a good deed, I think.
Amiri says Floki does like to spend most of his time outside and doesn't like to wear his collar. But now, after getting him back, he's grateful to have his buddy home and plans to keep his curious cat on a shorter leash going forward.
You better go ahead and get him some, what do you call that? Go ahead and get him chipped up just to make sure, you guys. You better get him chipped up. I thought that this was AI, but it's not. It came from We Love Animals, and we got a video of an injured jaguar that swims up to a boat and asks for help.
Essa onça.
By sheer luck, a military boat was passing, but they were unprepared. So he clawed on and held on. She had been shot.
Resgate de uma onça. Como nós estávamos em área
was
fluvial,
badly
a gente
injured.
não tinha um material adequado. Porém, Polícia Militar, como sempre, nós estamos aqui fazendo aqui
They made the makeshift
uma
flotation
forma
device.
possível de salvar a vida desse animal.
For the poor feline to grab onto. Time was of the essence. And she had to calm down a bit. I'd be scared to touch her, but hey. with the help of a wildlife expert, she was safely secured and transported to a veterinary clinic for treatment. Thanks to those men who showed us that a small act of kindness can save a life. What I always tell you guys about love, it's no joke, y'all. Love is no joke. The power of love, the power of evil is very bad and it has a lot of strength too. But the power of love, I always think that it's going to outdo evil in any day, you guys. When you see a stray in the street, see somebody doing bad, if you invest love and pump food into them, pump some love into them, hopefully they get up on their own and they get themselves together. There's nothing like seeing somebody actually turn their lives around and come out of a terrible situation. And how does that happen? Right there, y'all. You see those hearts? Do love. There you go right there. LOVE, you guys. And I love y'all too. And you know why I love y'all so much? Because now y'all going to also be able to make some money, 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 money. That's right. Your boy always try to look out for y'all and make sure you guys make some money. How? Hit that link in the description and you'd be able to make up to $500 today. We got some surveys in there, you guys. Fill out those surveys. You'll make some money and I will make some money too. Hit that survey in the link in the description. Yeah, your boy got some love for you. Trying to put some money in your pocket as well. I always do it every day. So y'all don't believe me? Hit the link in the description. Be like, oh, there are some surveys here. Might be able to make some money today, up to $500. That's right, you guys. Also, if you got a business, you're trying to promote your landscaping business, you might be a mobile barber, mobile doctor, mobile barber. I don't know what you got going on, but we're going to help you promote over here with our 53,000 plus subscribers. Hopefully it's about 55 when I go look today, because we got a lot of people in the building. But check this out. We want to help you promote your business. And how do we do that? We're going to take your promo and put it in the post notification area on YouTube so that over 53,000 people can possibly see your promotion and your business that you have going on. That's how we share in businesses to help. Maybe you braid hair. I don't know what you do. Send over your promo. It has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame in order to fit properly. That's the only requirement. And that's it, you guys. Send it over to us and make sure you subscribe to the channel and we're going to make sure that we put it up. You know what today is, right? It's Columbus Day. New York, it's raining, but we don't care about the rain. Can you stand the rain? Yes, we can, because we all weather around these parts. We could tell Timberland how their boots work around here. Y'all know what I'm about to do, right? I'm going to give out a prayer to all of the people that are in the chat right now. We want to pray for Motherfunkin' Bone. We want to pray for Diggity Diggs. That's my homie right there. Diggy Diggs always come through. James, we're praying for Jason. Also got to pray for my homeboy Casey and Liberty. Also Liberty and Casey. Who else we praying for right now? We got Miggy the Mark. We got Motherfunkin' Bone Demonetized. My sister, who we always make sure that we pray for and hope that God is giving her strength and resolve, and she's getting over that cold. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We also have Luigi in the building. We've got, who's that right there? Tehran. We've got Miggity. Everybody in here. Liberty and Justice. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. Sky. That's right, Sky. I'm so glad that you popped in and did that just now. Like the way you got up on your job yesterday. Every single person that's in here right now, want to pray for security, want to pray for calmness, I want to pray for resolve, and please, Lord, watch over us as you always have been doing, and we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Also, we can't forget about Melly. We got Batty Lynn up in the building. That's right. We got to pray for Batty too, Lord. Amen. That's right, you guys. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me on Columbus Day of all days, I appreciate you. I hope you guys appreciated the show. But until tomorrow, Tuesday, y'all know what it is. Y'all could have went anyway. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, get 'em. Peace.